Hi, it's Jay Burchett from the Ghostbusters Minimate Archive, here with our very first video review. Today we'll be reviewing the first box set ever released for the Ghostbusters Minimates, which includes Dr. Peter Venkman, Dr. Egon Spengler, Dana Barrett when she's possessed by Zuul, and a terror dog with a hidden surprise. Let's take a look. The first of many Venkmans to come has a smug appearance, which plays well to the character and looks a little bit like Bill Murray, including Bill's receding hairline. That's a good thing. Unlike most Minimates which use basic shapes with painted details, Art Asylum went with sculpted body pieces to bring out the uniform from Venkman's collar down to his belt, is highly detailed with pockets and zippers. His name tag, though the red Venkman is a little dark to see, it is there. And even his web belt is detailed with the belt gizmo and a key fob hanging from it. Attached to his belt is a small MT500 radio, the same radio he calls Ray with when he first meets Slimer.
I think he can hear you, Ray.
His elbow pads, while they get reused many times from here on out, are also new parts. Also, on his right arm is the infamous and third most recognized logo in the world, the No Ghost logo, which is very well detailed and etched on there nicely. On his back is the wonderfully detailed proton pack, with all the wires and knobs on it that you can think of. And I can hear the purists now. No, the proton pack and the wand are not 100% accurate, but for their size, they are fantastic. And you better get used to it, because the proton pack gets reused with almost every Buster variant out there.
Each of us is wearing an unlicensed nuclear accelerator on his back.
I even like that the designers made a note that Venkman did not have his pants tucked into the boots. Good eye on their part. Packed with Dr. Venkman is a 2-inch proton stream, which clips to the tip of the proton wand. I'm not the biggest fan of it myself, but it is good for an accessory. And you may want to get used to this one as well. In the end, Dr. Venkman is an excellent start to the Ghostbusters Minimates line. He gets an 8 out of 10 from me.
Well, I have PhDs in parapsychology and psychology.
Next up, we have Dr. Egon Spengler, the brains behind the operation. Never one to smile, Dr. Spengler, played by Harold Ramis, was very dry. Yet there was a lovable personality about him.
I bet you like to read a lot, too.
Print is dead.
Now Egon could use some work. His hair's a little flat, and I feel his face doesn't do Ramis justice at all. Egon's hair was puffy, way puffier than any of the other Busters. This just doesn't seem puffy enough to me. In the first movie, Egon and Peter were roughly the same size, so they decided to use the same mold for the two, with the exception that he has Spengler on his name tag instead of Venkman. And unfortunately, the name tag on my Spengler's a little off-center. That's okay. It's pretty small. Now the difference between Peter and Egon is what's attached to their belt. Peter has the radio, Egon has his trusted PKE meter. The meter is detailed well enough, judging by the size of it, with a couple touches of silver to set off the wings and the display screen. Handle is just right for Egon's hands. And of course, I cannot say enough positive things about the proton pack. Art Asylum really went all out when molding this piece. Of course, the purists will complain about the blue light bar and ribbon cable being improperly colored, but I'm not a purist. I love what they've done with it. You'll hear me say that a lot about this little pack. As always, the pack is permanently attached to the bodysuit, which is fine. Egon also comes with a 2-inch proton stream. This is only the second. There will be more. I find Dr. Spengler really is a great little mate. I just wish he looked a little more like Ramis, maybe with puffier hair. He still gets a 7 out of 10 from me.
Try to imagine all life as you know it stopping instantaneously and every molecule in your body exploding at the speed of light.
The first female released under the Ghostbusters Minimate license, so it's not a sausage fest, is granted to the beautiful Dana Barrett. Or rather, while she's possessed by Zuul, the gatekeeper.
There is no Dana. There is only Zuul.
Dana and Zuul are played by Sigourney Weaver. She's smart, gorgeous, and she sleeps above the covers.
4 feet above her covers.
Her hair is huge. You can definitely tell she's from the mid-'80s. Her dress, it's that lovely orangey, shiny gold color that's pretty well straight from the movie. I'm very surprised with how well they hit the mark with this one, with one exception. It looks like the paint details over her left breast hit the wrong detail mark, leaving a black line going over her breast. It's not a big deal by any means, but it is noticeable. Her dress comes with a slit down the left leg, just like in the movie. But unfortunately, you can't pose her in the sitting position with one leg raised like in the movie. The dress is hard plastic that doesn't bend or fold. Dana doesn't come with any accessories, and she doesn't need to. Zool liked to travel light. All in all, this mate represents Dana while she's possessed by Zool to a T. With a few minor faults, I'm happy to give her a 9 out of 10.
Are you the Keymaster?
Now the last Minimate in the package is a Terror Dog, but if you remove his Terror Dog bits and pieces, you get Louis Tully, as he looked when he was possessed by Vince Clortho, the Keymaster. Louis, who was played by the hilarious Rick Moranis, is an accountant who lives on the same floor as Dana Barrett and becomes the unwilling host to Vince Clortho during one of his parties for his clients.
I'm giving this whole thing as a promotional expense. That's why I invited clients instead of friends.
I really like this mate. It's so dirty and disheveled, his hair is a mess. Even the glasses on his face are off-centered. This mate truly looks like Rick Moranis after being possessed by Vince. There's not much else to say about Louis. He doesn't come with any accessories, and he doesn't need to. Like Zool, he travels light. I would have liked to have seen the strainer he wore on his head while talking with Egon and Janine.
I just met the Keymaster. He's here with me now.
Wonderful.
But I'm not going to complain. Now, the Terror Dog is an exceptionally well-sculpted piece. This dog barely resembles a Minimate, but looks damn fine as a Terror Dog. Its glowing red eyes and yellow horns, spikes, teeth, claws, all stand out against its black body. Now, the only thing is, there isn't a separate body to put the Terror Dog pieces on. So what I did, I went to lukestoystore.com, bought a blank Minimate, and all the pieces fit, not a problem. Now, Louis gets an 8 out of 10 from me, and the Terror Dog gets a 9 out of 10.
This is it! This is the sign!
Okay. So, she's a dog.
So, this was our first video review. What did you think of it? Leave your comments down below. While you're down there, click the like button. And make sure to subscribe to keep up to date with all our Ghostbusters Minimate video reviews. This is Jay Burchett, signing off.